Fall lovers are about to love this forecast as we've got a massive change coming to our weather. We've also got a huge update on the tropics. Not one, but two systems that I'm watching. Got all that and more in today's Monday forecast that starts right now. Hey, what's up, guys? Meteorologist Stormcat5 here. We've got a huge forecast to get to, a lot to cover, so bear with me. This is going to be a banger. Okay, so a couple of features I want to point out on the visible satellite today. First of all, the Northeast, absolutely gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky. We've got these clouds moving through the south, though, as some showers and storms push onshore with that onshore flow. We've also got a huge cold front moving through the country. That's these clouds right here. We've got storms that are firing along that and some very cool air working its way into the U.S. And then look at this, just east of Florida. This is that low that we were watching now. It's kind of collapsed in on itself, but it's still a disorganized area of showers and storms. That area, some models had this area developing into something later on this week. I'm going to talk about that, plus another system, though, that we're watching in the tropics later in the video. And what's this big shift I talked about that fall lovers we're going to love? It's this right here. If we take a look at the upper level pattern, you'll notice this trough that's starting to dig down into the U.S. this week. This is Tuesday going into Wednesday. Behind that trough, we'll have a trailing cold front, and we'll have cold air starting to rush into parts of the U.S. That's the big change. If you take a look at our temperatures, you can see there is that cold front. That's the temperatures for today. And if we go into today and tomorrow, look at this cold front, how pronounced it gets. All of that cold air is stuck up in Canada, but it's being pushed down and going to Monday, going to Tuesday. Look at that. Big time significant cold air makes its way finally to parts of the U.S. Fall lovers are going to love this. So from Tuesday into Wednesday into Thursday, parts of the Ohio Valley and the Northeast are going to be feeling temperatures in the 60s with lows in the 30s in some spots. Ow. Now, unfortunately, as we go into next week, and that cool weather does not last, look at this huge rebound in temperature, especially in the heart of the country. And that's why in both the 6 to 10 day and the 8 to 14 day, the temperatures still are going to be above average, with the huge swath of the country getting big time heat. That cool down is going to be short lived. Sorry, fall lovers. Now, with that cold front, we also are going to expect rain to move through. Check it out. We're going to have days of rainfall here from Wisconsin through Iowa, all the way down through the deep south here into parts of the southeast. If we go Monday night into Tuesday, that rain shifts towards the Ohio Valley as that front marches its way east. So places like Columbus, Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, Tennessee, and even up into Chicago are going to get kind of much needed rain that they haven't seen a lot of. Going to Tuesday and Wednesday, that rain pushes further east. So a soggy day is on tap for our eastern brethren. Eventually, that rain does move into the Northeast on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. By the time it's all said and done, we could be talking about a couple of inches of rain for parts of the Ohio Valley, especially here in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, even down into Tennessee. And those parts need it bad. Even back into Kansas, back into New Mexico and Texas, up through Iowa, we could get an inch or two. Look at the drought monitor. This area needs rain bad. We've got Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, even portions of Kentucky and Michigan that are in big time drought. Much needed rain is on the way. Okay, so what about the tropics now? We've gotten past peak of hurricane season, and right now, October 6th, we've got one area that we're watching in the Atlantic. This is this area right in here. It's got a 70% chance of developing into a tropical system in the next 7 days. And if we take a look at the Atlantic right now, here it is right here. This has been designated 94L. It will be named once it becomes a tropical system. For right now, though, it's a number and a letter. I hate those names. Now, the other interesting thing with the tropics here is, check this out. We've got an area of disturbed weather, of showers and storms off the east coast of Florida. And although this has not been designated yet as anything, some models are showing it developing into some sort of either tropical or subtropical storm system. Let's first start by talking about this system up here. So this system number 1 because that's closer to the US, and then we'll talk about 94L. Right now, the National Hurricane Center has not designated this as anything just yet, even though, look at this, a lot of models are showing by the end of the week, look at that low developing right off the coast of Florida. There it is. This is the European model. By Saturday, it has kind of a weaker low developing and then pushing to the north and actually getting stronger right off the coast of Cape Hatteras. And look at this, the GFS also has that same low developing by Saturday and moving and strengthening, getting big time. I mean, guys, this is almost like a nor'easter. Now, I actually think the reason why the National Hurricane Center has not designated this is because this might be subtropical. And so while we won't be talking about a hurricane, we could be talking about a nor'easter type system where it has rain, wind, and big time flooding on the northwest side. Very typical of what you get in winter. Now, do you guys remember that cold front that we talked about? This is what could cause that nor'easter to form, because you've got the cold front sliding off the coast here, so you've already got a boundary that sets up. You got warm, moist air flowing in here. You've got colder, drier, stabler air on the backside, and then both of those start swirling around and form this low pressure. And this is like the typical process that happens in the winter when we get these big winter storms that roll right up the East Coast. Except instead of a winter storm, you're going to get a lot of rain and you're going to get a lot of wind, especially along the coast. You have the winds wrapping around the low like this, big time cranking moisture, rain, wind, and potentially some surge with a lot of coastal flooding possible. Look at this. This is the European model, and it has several inches of rain falling right off the North Carolina coastline with a couple of inches falling inland. Now, if this shifts a little bit further to the west, we could be talking about 5 to 6 to 7 plus inches of rain for our North and South Carolina brethren, especially those along the coast. We're gonna have to keep our eyes closely on this storm system, see how it trends. It is looking like it could be an impactful system, even though it's not a hurricane. Speaking of hurricanes, let's go back to 94L here and check what it looks like now. You can see, look at this, guys. We got some spin to it, so it's starting to get better organized. We got showers and storms bubbling up towards the center. Now, during the week this week, development is definitely possible. And this is the GFS model. It does have this developing into a tropical storm by the time we get to Thursday and continuing to slowly strengthen. But look at this. By the time we get to next weekend, the GFS has it becoming a hurricane and has it making a sharp right turn out to sea like all of the other storm systems we've had this year. If we take a look at the Euro though, the Euro shows this right here, not developing at all. Check this out. Wednesday into Thursday, nothing. Still has some strong disorganized storms there with a little bit of wind forming right there, but it does not have it developing a center. It does not have it developing into a hurricane. It does have a little bit of a low pop up right here, but just like the GFS, it has it taking a hard right turn with that nor'easter developing off the east coast of the Carolinas. That actually, once again, could be what shields us from a tropical system. I mean, look at this. This is insane stuff here. The GFS has a hurricane here moving like this, and then also has a kind of fall-like nor'easter developing down here and then riding up along the Carolina coastline. Once again, could have the Fujiwara effect with two low-pressure systems within 1,000 miles of one another. Are you kidding me? This would be insane. Now, if we take a look at the European ensemble, it tells a similar story. A lot of the members have it developing into a weak storm system through this week, and then by the time it gets to the Lesser Antilles right here, it starts to take a hard right turn. There are some members, though, that do have it moving due west, and going into next weekend, though, pretty much all of the members have it just saying, nope, going out to sea, even on the southern side as well. Some of them have it becoming a hurricane. Some have it becoming a tropical storm. And then here is that fall-like nor'easter that develops off the coast right next to our potential tropical system. Bottom line, guys, while we could have another tropical system that we have to watch in the Atlantic, just going to be honest here, guys, the one that I'm more concerned about is this storm system off the Carolina coastline that won't be a hurricane, but it could be a strong low pressure system that could form when that cold front slides down and interacts with that warm air. So I'll be watching both of these closely, especially as we go throughout the week. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. It was a crazy forecast. Hopefully all of you have a wonderful Monday. Find someone, tell them you love them, tell them you care about them today. Stormcat 5, and I'll see you on the next one.